Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planet Head. I was going to do this video and start this a little bit, but I decided to start right away because I'm finding a relic site here and always want to keep it at least a little bit interesting for people. And then, of course, as soon as I see that this relic site's here, oh, that guy went away. Good. Um, so literally, I just woke up and um, booted on and found this relic site in my home system has a team here. So I thought I'd just get up and running here, and you guys can watch while I go to see. Let's see here. Is this a level one? Yep, it's just a level one. So I'm not expecting a whole lot in this relic site, but you never know. Um, as you can see, it's been a couple of days, but I am now flying in my newly pristine made Imicus, my new exploring ship. Ah, aha! So this guy's doing the trick that I do. Um, and a lot of people do this trick. So, obviously, somebody has already been to this relic site. If you notice here, two of the boxes are already open. Um, there's nobody in the system, so I'm not worried about this too much. Um, so somebody's already probably used a cargo scanner and scanned down the two good boxes. We'll see if there's anything left in these other two here. If not, I'll get back to what I normally do. Um, Basically, a lot of news. Yeah, 7,000. I don't really care about that. And 304. Why not? It's not going to hurt anything. Nobody's in system. Um, so a lot of updates today. Um, as far as my experience in Eve, I had a lot of good fortune the other day. This is a work day of mine, so I'm a little bit tired. I've only got a little bit of time to play today, but I wanted to show you what I was able to find to help my gameplay, especially for this weekend and for the long term. Um, and then, secondly, just to say thank you. The last video that I did um, had more comments on it. Four, well, three, two from the same guy, which were really good. And then 4, 3, 2, 1. Um, but uh, all of those comments actually brought up some really good points that I thought would be very helpful to everyone. It actually helped me. So I thought I'd go through them real quick because they're questions that I've had in previous videos that were answered by guys who are watching the video. So the five guys who watched these videos, three of them replied. I don't know. So let's see what's in here first. Then I'll show you the what I found the other day, and then I'll go over the comments there. And if there's any more time, there's a couple wormholes in the system. We'll go jumping around and see what's around. So let's see here too. The only real negative I've run into is let's go ahead and well, I can close that, but go ahead and close window. There we go. Just try to minimize. What I could do, I realize sometimes, is I get a much better recording sometimes if I'm only using my one monitor. The only problem is it's all on my little laptop. Because I do not have, I have a, I've talked about this in the past, a cheap gaming laptop. Yo, anybody around here? Ah! It's been, it's a lot harder than it needs to be for a 200,000 ISK payday. Right, anything there? Oh, that'll work. I'll take that one. It's probably right here. Anything? so it's not any of those. That one will be less. One, two. That. Nope. I left it over there, so it's probably so 4. I can't believe I'm doing this. All right, let's start over. I'm just waking up. I wasn't paying attention. Speaking of waking up, if you want to critique my encryption defunking, please feel free. I really don't care. um, I am pretty much useless at this time of day. That's kind of why I like playing Eve, because this kind of wakes me up, gets me going. Coffee does the same thing. Anything? No? Really? This is the longest frickin'. Thank you. Okay. A lot of work for like 200,000 ISK. Good we go. Looted. Alrighty. So back to station. The other one had 7,000. I am not going through that again. There we go. Doc. Okay. So I think it was like 2 days ago. I only had a little bit of time, and as you know, I play the game right now. My current series I'm doing, where I'm only playing as an alpha as I'm working my way toward Omega, and I'm only using wormholes, which has actually taught me a lot. It's forced me to learn a lot of different things. It's forced me to learn a lot of things that I didn't want to learn because they're just too tough to learn unless you're forced to do it. And now that I've learned it, it's made me a lot better player, I think. And I'm still not a good player, but I'm getting better. But one problem I ran into recently was that I didn't have any exploration ships. So I fitted up an Incursus with some scanning pieces. I'm slowly accumulating blueprints in my little system here. Don't want to get majorly into it. I talk about it all the time. But when you're playing the way that I am, you can't just go out and buy something. It's almost like living in a cabin in the woods that gets snowed in all the time, and there's always different paths to different places. You just got to get what you get. I don't even know if that's a good analogy. I need more coffee. Luckily, the other day, I hit a wormhole that was the most perfect wormhole that I could have found in quite a while. Um, it sent me to Placid, I think it was, and there were maybe it was Solitude. It was Solitude. That's what it was. Um, and in that system, it was a low sec system. Do I still have it up? Nope. Okay, not a big deal. Um, it was in Solitude, and while I didn't want to live there, it had all of the blueprints that I had been looking for. Now, there's some blueprints I still want to get, but all the ones that I needed, plus a few extra ones. And if you notice here, I'm slowly getting a really nice little library of small ship blueprints to get started with. And at this point now, I've been able to accumulate enough things to just live out of here and have fun every day for quite a long time. Um, what I was able to pick up were some more blueprints for um, Galente ships. I grabbed an Amicus and a Tristan. Both of those are big because the Tristan allows me to fly 5 drones, whereas the Amicus gets me the exploration. The Incursus gives me that little PvP, dogfighty ship if I want to use it. And then the other day I was also able to pick up a Crucifier because it's fun. I've never flown one before, so I'm going to build one of those. It flies a few drones. It's got some interesting stuff to it. You've got to have fun in this game. The other thing I was able to pick up were a bunch of drone blueprints, so I don't have to go scavenging drones anymore. I can make them myself. Um, and then I was able to pick up both an Algos and a Catalyst blueprint for that next level. And that the explore the Imicus and then the Algos and Catalyst blueprints, and also the Courser and the Dragoon blueprints are huge because I can kill almost any regular rat. Once I build these ships, I can kill almost any regular rat that shows up in my system right now, which then I can test out all these different items that I'm starting to get and learn more and more and more. I was also able to get some light uh, blasters. As you can tell, I was able to get. I spent too much ISK on this stuff. I went from having like 80,000 ISK or 80 million ISK in my bank to 24, but this is going to make it so much funner, fantastic. I don't know why I picked up a medium shield booster. No clue, but I did. So this added on to my scanning blueprints that I've gotten previously, my core scanner probe. Really a great spot for me to get started. Um, and I was also able to pick up a few ammo um, blueprints that I wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. So a lot of stuff I get to have fun with. Um, Actually, what I do want to do is um, I did uh, research my Imicus here a little bit, but I want to research the Tristan so I can lower the cost of making one. So I can maybe make a Tristan over the weekend and start testing some stuff out there. So let's go ahead and do that. But this is me happy. Um, this really sets me up for quite a while um, to just do. I can boot up and do whatever I want to do almost any day. So now let's see here. I got to work the next 2 nights. I'm not going to have any time to build a Tristan the next couple of days. So let's go ahead and research this while I'll be at work. That'll be 2 days. By the time I get done on Sunday, I'll be able to come home and maybe build a Tristan and then blow some more stuff up. Started at a lower cost. So there we go. So for you guys that are watching, next level. Um, so I want to say this: the guys who replied to my last video, it's so funny. You'll notice I never ask anybody to like or subscribe. Um, uh, I do actually look at the stats just to see. I try to figure out um, as far as videos that I like to make, which ones that are good. Like, am I doing well with them? And it seems like people like the videos. If you ever want to become a YouTuber, don't do it for EVE Online. You're never gonna make any money off of it. But was actually really cool. Not just for getting somebody to reply, but I learned a lot from the guys who are replying here. So I'm gonna want to pass along that knowledge. Now you can look at the comments um, whenever uh, they pop up. They really give some good pointers. I always try to reply to them. I will say this: if somebody puts some junk in there, I'm going to delete it because I don't care. I'm not a YouTube personality. If somebody is just belligerent, but I've never had that. So I've had some spam that I deleted, but I don't know how these guys reply to like 200 videos a day. I had 3, and it took me. I was driving into work. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to reply to these. I've got to spend some time. So yeah, my last video, episode 9, quitting YouTube. No, because I'm not. Um, if you want to watch that, it's out there. But there were a couple of things here that I wanted to point out. Let's go to the. Was this 1 day ago? 1 day ago, edited. So, the oldest one here, and this was kind of funny. So Fleablock actually said, because I had been having some problems with probe strength. If you're trying to figure out what probe strength versus probe resolution made, and his first reply, he has 2 of them here. before I was able to reply. He said, so to put it another way, prove strength does better. I'm making fun of you, flea block. Is binary and zero sum. You either can scan it or not, and the resolution is more something that occurs in degrees, so you can scan any SIG at any resolution if you have the time. My reply to this was, um, oh no, wait. Was this the first one here? Oh no, I'm sorry. So he replied here. He must have edited this later on. Um, as I understand it, probe strength pertains to the type of signature you are capable of scanning, while resolution determines how close together probes need to be to locate the signature, thus how long it will take you to find it. I wrote back, "You broke my brain, dude." I was not in the mood. Not My brain wasn't in the mood to actually understand what he was saying. It was above my pay scale, my brain level. So he actually replied later on, and I read this one first, and then read this one because he replied before I replied to either one of them. And my reply to this one was that this one I actually understood. He was actually talking to my lower intelligence level. So, long story short, if I'm understanding this flea block, the difference between probe, um, the difference between probe uh, scan strength and probe resolution is that probe scan strength pertains to whether or not you can actually scan down a signature. And those signatures, I think, there's obviously different levels of them. Like the relic site that I just did was a level 1. They go up to level 5. I don't know if they go up to level 6, but I've been stuck at level 3s right now for a little while. I know sometimes I can get up to a level 4, but it's whether or not you can actually scan it, not how hard it is to scan, but whether or not you can actually scan it. And then your scan resolution is how easy it is to scan something that you can scan. If I'm explaining what you've written it here, maybe it's more understandable that way. So if you don't have enough scan probe strength, so I guess maybe that is the most important, because if you've got the time, even if your scan resolution is bad, um, you can sooner or later scan something down. Now, if you're combat probe scanning, you're trying to get somebody quickly, I think maybe your scan resolution might be more important. I'm just spitballing here. I've never combat probed. Well, maybe I did back when I used to play 10 years ago. I didn't understand it nearly as well as I do now. But if you're trying to do it quickly to find somebody, your resolution might be more important. So there's your two buttons. Scan probe strength for exploring, scan probe resolution for combat probe scanning. Talk too much, you need coffee. So thank you, Fleablock, for that. I learned a lot, made me think a lot. Um, then this is actually kind of cool. I'm sorry. Michael Weston, and I don't mind saying the names because they're on the comments. If you guys don't mind, um, because if anybody pulls this up, they can see it. And hope doesn't matter. Um, Michael Weston, just some things to make life a little bit easier. If I right click on the compare tool, it will put it in the compare tool. Right click an item. I'm sorry. If I right click item compare, it will put it in the compare tool. So the other day, this is a great little time saver. If I haven't tried it yet, but I thought I would. The other day I was using the compare tool. I'm going to be using it a lot in a lot of the videos going forward. People popping in. Must be getting interested. They want to say hi. Hi, guys. You can't kill me. I'm in station. Um, so, let's say I want to compare. Let's see here. What are two like items? The cargo scanner and the Type E. This is a cargo scanner that I built. This is a cargo scanner that I found off of a rat. So, let's say I want to compare both. What Michael Weston is saying, is that if I right click on it, I can just compare it right there. I'm an idiot. Do I? Do I? I think I drink coffee every time I make fun of myself. Okay. Um, compare. Yep. That's super simple. And then compare. Yep. There you go. So instead of having to go up here, go to utilities, pull up the compare tool. Wait, is it industry? That was in utilities. Compare tool. Then go pick something, drag it over the compare tool. Pick something, right? You can literally just right click, compare like items, and where did it go? Come on, compare. And then go again, compare. And now I got my two items that I want to compare. I've got already clicked here, only show attributes that differ. And then I can just choose the things that I want to compare on them. And so the updated rat found cargo scanner takes a little bit less activation cost, a little bit less activation time. That's kind of big. It's 1.5 seconds left. It might not seem like a lot when you're trying to scan stuff down quickly to get to them before somebody else. That's big. So I'll be using that a lot more. And cargo scan range. Boom. There isn't a type 2 of a cargo scanner, is there? There might be. I could see a reason for that. Let's see here. Show info. See, now I'm going down a rabbit hole. Industry. Yep, there is a type 2. Huh. Variations. Type 2. I haven't seen that one before. There's a type 2. Tech 2. Cool. So, Michael Weston, thank you so much for that. That is going to save me a ton of time. Appreciate it. Close all tabs. Go away. Last but not least, it was just, what are those? Where did my net? Did I minimize it? Where'd the comments go? Okay, there we go. Last but not least, Little Vernie actually wrote in here, and all these are really good. That they really like my videos. Thank you so much. I spend hours and hours and hours of editing these. Not really. I use Paint and Snip, and that's about it. I'm mumbling to myself. Hopefully, you can't hear me. So, they brought up a really good point here. When one thing I recognized till episode 3 is that you don't bookmark all the wormholes in wormhole space. If you warp to a specific wormhole via your probe window, you warp to the signature, not the wormhole itself, because of what I'm doing. I have to then burn to the wormhole. So what he's saying, and I replied back, "Oh, totally understand. It's a very good point. Kind of like having an Instadoc safe spot on your station, if I'm understanding it correctly." Um, so what he's saying, and I just scanned down these wormholes. So, actually, uh, if you know, I use my notepad here, and then I know that PKP is a wormhole. So let's go ahead and reload my scans in here. I don't have a save. All my save spots have ended abruptly. Let's just go to a planet. Not awake yet to mess with stuff like that. Got nobody in the system, so not too worried about it. We'll scan down this wormhole. Okay. Now he's talking about wormhole space, and I understand that 100%, but this is just an example. And kind of the reason why I'm doing this is somebody replied to another video I made last week, and it had me looking through the scan resolutions. And while I was looking for the difference between scan resolution and scan probe strength, I actually came across some other information. And that's why I love researching stuff, because a lot of times you don't find what you're looking for, but you learn more helpful stuff that's out there. There we go. You might be wondering, man, that YWJ's been there for a while. It is a combat site. One of my future goals is to start building ships that I can do the combat site. So there's always that next level to challenge yourself and do things, even if you're just sitting in a system. Um, so I am just really jazzed for this weekend, and the next couple of weekends I'm going to have a lot of stuff that I get to do to have fun playing Eve. Did I minimize that? I'm not sure. So, where was the question there? So, Little Vernie, what they were saying was, when, let's say I'm in a wormhole right now, what they pointed out was these cosmic signatures that are here, where the wormholes are, when you fly to it, you're not actually warping directly to the signature. You're warping off of it, similar to warping if you do autopilot for going from gate to gate, which you don't want to do. It'll warp you to 10 off of it. So what will end up happening here is I will warp to, and Little Vernie, if I'm wrong with this, please feel free to message me, uh, because it'll teach me something else. But I warped 5,000 off of this wormhole. Now let's just check it out. That goes to low security space. We're going to go check it out. But if I want to get to this site, gotta go and enter it, and I have to now burn to get there. Oh wait, let me write through. That's fantastic. So where does this go to? Karab. Or Kabi. Kabi. Control B. Now, I have been in spots where it will warp me. Now, I got a little bit lucky there. I didn't have to burn to the wormhole. But right now, I'm actually having to burn to. But I'll be like 10 off of it. Why did I just leave Kabi? Because there were no stations there. There wasn't a whole lot for me to look at, and I'm not awake yet. I'll go back later on. Let's go. I need to create a safe spot. Warp within 100. Go. B. I set my expirations to 2 days right now. The station safe is always there, but the 2 days forces me to update my safe spots now, especially in system. So unless I definitely want it to be long term. But let's try this again. I don't need this wormhole one here anymore. That's, oh no, nope, I do need that one. No, that's an old one. Remove. There we go. So I'm going to warp back to that wormhole and see if it takes me off of it. Warp to 0. If you're in a wormhole and wormhole space and you warp toward a wormhole, if it drops you over a distance away, you have to burn to it. And there are a lot of guys out there that might try to kill you. Now, I haven't run into it, and I haven't worried about it so much because I'm flying such cheap ships. But whenever I do move to wormhole space, this has become very important. Okay, so this is exactly, I'm glad I did it again. So notice how I warp to the signature, but now I actually have to if I want to enter it, it's going to take me 5 or 6 seconds to turn and go to that wormhole. What Bernie was saying was what I want to do in a wormhole is to approach it and not save the wormhole there where the signature is, but actually save the wormhole save spot. Control B, wormhole 1. Why not? Right on top of the wormhole. And so now if I enter the wormhole, which I don't think I can do because I've got some polarization going on right now. I can insta enter it versus having to burn to it. So let's just go, we're going to warp back to my safe spot that I just made. And then I'll warp back to this wormhole 1 and show you that it'll warp me directly to the wormhole. Probably figured that out if you read his comment and you didn't need this whole stupid explanation. So let's go check her out. Wormhole 1. See if she works. If it doesn't work, then that means I just didn't understand what he said and I'm an idiot. This becomes a lot more important down the road as you get better and better because you're going to be flying bigger and better ships. And that's what I'll be doing. So if I want to start making cruisers and battleships, yep, boom, right on that wormhole, and now I can just enter it. I don't have to worry about anything. Cool, cool, cool. Let's go back to my wormhole, my safe spot, and then I can talk a little bit more. So awesome. Now I can focus on some other things. I've got my blueprints. I can work on some things. I can try a bunch of things out, make a bunch of weird videos. Cool. What I can also do here is I'll be updating my list of goals. I think, now I'm not going to say Haas Team is going to be my end-all, be-all last station. But it's going to be my first real home. I like it here. There's a decent amount of traffic, but it's not crazy busy. It's got some good stuff for me to work on. I'm still going to be jumping into wormholes because I want to keep looking for that end-all. It's like Battlestar Galactica, where they're looking for Earth. I'm looking for that last one. And now I can change my clones, make this my home station. And when I find that last place that's perfect, I can put a clone there and slowly start working to be there. So, and then there's next stages after that and stuff like that. Other than that, do I have anything else here? No. Oh, wow. I've already recorded 30 minutes. That went a lot longer than I thought. I thought it was like 10 minutes. I talk too much. I do that at work. I have to stop myself a lot. So I hope you guys are having a great week. I am going to play a little bit more, grab a shower, eat something, go to work. Again, thank you so much. If you think of anything or anything to add, please comment. I might start doing this a little bit more often where I go, if I see stuff that's really good, these were some really good comments, great comments, and I learned a lot, and it pushed me to learn more. I was thinking about this on the drive home yesterday, and most people haven't watched the video at this point in time. People talk about this all the time. This video proves it. The EVE community, I think, is one of the best communities. It is one of the most cutthroat communities. You're always having to dodge people trying to kill you, but then they turn around and show you how not to die to them. I love that. And I'll talk more about that in a later video. I think I might just make a video on that. Maybe I'll do a top 10 video of comments at some point. I don't know. But Other than that, fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however like you want. You guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.